Hello, I'm Flora Liu. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I'm the Provost of College 9 and College 10, which means that I oversee the academic aspects of students' experiences here at the colleges. I work closely with the advisors as well as the core course as one aspect of my job. I'm also faculty in environmental studies, and I received my undergraduate degree from Stanford and my doctorate from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
And hello, welcome everyone. My name is Sarah Woodside-Bury, and I use she, her, hers pronouns. And I'm the Senior Director of College Student Life, which means together with the Provost and myself, we get to oversee all aspects of our students' experience here at UC Santa Cruz at both College 9 and College 10. My job primarily is everything outside of the classroom, whereas Flora's job is primarily inside of the classroom. I get to work with students from ranging everything from their initial experience here through Welcome Week and then getting involved with leadership opportunities all the way through their time in graduation. So my job really is focused primarily on our student life experiences, mostly outside of the classroom. And I get to work with a fantastic team of professional staff who work and live both on campus and off. And I just want to say that you made an excellent choice in coming to the University of California, Santa Cruz, and particularly to our two colleges, but primarily because UC Santa Cruz is both a public Research One institution as well as benefits from the small college model, which allows our students to live and go to a core course all together during their first year and get to know each other and get to know the themes of that college really well. And that unique opportunity is such a blessing. And I say that as part of my introduction because I'm a product of the college system myself. I graduated with my undergraduate degree in sociology at the University of California, San Diego, which is also a campus that is based on the college model. And I later pursued my master's degree in student affairs and higher education, which is what I get to work in today from Colorado State University. So again, welcome. We're glad you're here.
Welcome to College 10. We are so excited for the year ahead, even in these unusual circumstances. And we wish that we were doing this introduction with you in person. But we wanted to take the opportunity to share with you what your student can be expecting in the next few months and the next few years of their UCSC experience.
So what we'll do in this short video with you today is to introduce you to the various aspects of our two colleges. And as I described before, UCSC is unique because we're based on the college model, but colleges 9 and 10 are even more unique because we were the first two colleges formed at UC Santa Cruz with one shared administration. So that means both the provost and myself are full-time really thinking about and focusing on your students' holistic education, both inside and outside the classroom. And we were formed together as one administration, but also because our themes of both College 9 and College 10 are obviously unique, but they're also intertwined. And so we're able to combine a lot of our programs and activities and events to be complementary to each other, as well as distinct opportunities for each one of our colleges. So what we're going to do in the video is try to explain all of these different opportunities for your students throughout their course of their career here at UC Santa Cruz and within our colleges. And we'll point out the areas that might be distinct or unique. And in fact, your students will be immediately starting to participate in Welcome Week activities, many of which, again, will be combined, but some of which will be very distinct and unique for each college. So we look forward to sharing more with you.
The Terry Freitas Cafe is a special part of our communities located here at College 10. It was founded in the early 2000s, right after the founding of College 10, and it was originally named Café Revolution. The vision of the cafe that was inspired by students working with our first coordinator for residential education was that this would be a space where students could stop by, grab a coffee, have a chat, have a place to hang out in between classes. In 2012, Café Revolution was renamed the Terry Freitas Cafe in the honor of Terry Freitas, who was a student at UCSC and someone who was very committed to our theme of social justice and community. He was working with an indigenous group in Colombia, the UA, when he was sadly killed in 1999. The work that he was doing was around environmental protection, the rights of women and other people, and educational equity. The example of Terry imbues this space. This is a space that's run by students for students. And there's a variety of different activities here, from open mic nights to the aptly named Terry Talks. In the coming year, this will also be a space in which the basic needs of students will be supported, and we're really excited about that. College 10 was founded in 2002, just 2 years after College 9. Its theme, social justice and community, compels us to strive towards becoming positive change agents in the world. And it's a theme that inspires everything that we do here at the colleges, as well as the physical manifestations of this space. So this mural behind me was created by one of our wonderful students, Joanne Moriera, who created a word cloud, or better yet, a word tree, to capture all the different sentiments that she and her other students in College 10 think about when they think about the work that we do at the college. Social justice and community is a theme that is even more critical now than ever before. And I am every day just enthralled and inspired by our students who strive to enact a more just, sustainable, and equitable world. This is the college's 9 and 10 garden. It was founded in 2013 when students really wanted to create a space on campus where they could grow food and flowers and be able to just sit in this beautiful location here at colleges 9 and 10. It's also the site where we have a variety of events, such as a speaker series called Gather in the Garden, where we bring in folks from campus and off campus to talk about topics like food justice, food security, food sovereignty, and agriculture. This is actually one of 2 gardens that we've created here at colleges 9 and 10. The other is in partnership with our community partners in Watsonville at an elementary school called Calabasas, where we started a community garden that brings together teachers and classrooms and the families of folks in Watsonville, many of them Latinx, who work in agriculture.
Speaking of all these wonderful opportunities for students to get involved outside of the classroom and sometimes inside of the classroom, we know from research that the more students are involved and invested in their college experience, the more likely they are to persist towards graduation. And part of that involvement means these leadership opportunities, such as developing and creating and being a part of the garden club, or getting involved in our student senate or student government, which acts as our student voice and decides on really important issues for students, as well as funding opportunities. There's also things like our Practical Activism Conference, which brings to life the themes of both College 9 and College 10, and it's a student-led conference centered on those themes, but a way for students to engage with their own leadership identities and opportunities, working together with faculty and other community members to bring these workshops, keynote addresses, and other opportunities throughout the conference to get involved in. And as well, we have different opportunities that center our theme, like our Intercultural Community Weekend or our Multicultural Community Weekend for College 10. And each of those weekends take students on a weekend-long retreat to really think about and delve deeper into the themes. And then we have lots of student paid and unpaid student leadership opportunities where students can get involved outside of their classroom experience so that they can gain valuable leadership skills, organization skills, and learn a little bit more about who they are as leaders in this community that we live in. In order for our students to get involved, we really encourage you to check out our website for the Find Your Community, Get Involved pages of our website, and that'll outline all of the different leadership opportunities, workshops, experiences that students can get involved in outside of their classroom experience. So I'm standing now right next to Namaste Lounge, which is one of our larger lounge spaces here at College 9 and College 10. It's a great space for students to just come and study and hang out and socialize. There's outdoor picnic tables and inside comfortable seating, as well as study space. And this lounge will be open this year for students to use. It's also typically a place where we do events, small scale events for students to engage with faculty outside of the classroom, but also to do some fun social events. And this past year, it actually was the home of our COVID testing program because we had a number of students living on campus at colleges 9 and 10 this past year. And so it was the space of our testing program, but it won't be this year because the testing program are in a variety of other locations, convenient locations across campus. We happen to be just across the street from the Student Health Center. And so speaking of those kind of protocols for this year, students are going to be asked asked to be tested. And so there'll be places where students can do that. There's also all of those resources with COVID testing and vaccines, et cetera. But we also have our great Student Health Center, which is right across the street from colleges 9 and 10, which is another fantastic resource for students. It also is the home of our CAPS program, Counseling and Psychological Services, as well as SHOP, which is Student Health Outreach and Promotions. So lots of different resources that are right here, but then there's tons of resources all across the campus, sprinkled throughout, where students can get the support that they need, whether that's emotional support, physical support, anything. There's lots of different resources. Sled support is another one of those resources. I could go on and on, but really we want to encourage our students to ask for help when you need it. Reach out to us as staff and faculty. Let us know what you need, and we can point you in the right direction to get the help and the resources that you might need while you're here on campus and in Santa Cruz. So whether you live off campus in Santa Cruz or you live here on campus, all of these resources are available to you, and they're even available virtually as well. So many of our offices are reopening this year. They'll have their hours posted on their websites, but then they're also going to be available for virtual appointments and virtual resources that you might need if you're truly remote. So take advantage. So here we are in the College 10 Quad, which houses our 3 residence hall buildings that are affiliated with College 10. Each of these residence hall buildings house first year, second year students, as well as our continuing students in single, double, and triple rooms. Each of those rooms are all on a hallway that have a shared restroom for all of the residents of that floor. And then also in our buildings, we have a couple of study lounges or study spaces, as well as a couple of laundry rooms that are shared by all of the residences or residential students in these 3 buildings. These buildings are aptly named and were voted on by College 10 students many years ago, and so they exemplify the College 10 theme. We have 3 different buildings: Amnesty House, Ohlone House, and Angela Davis House. Also, College 10 residence halls are the home of Rumi's Field, which is our nonviolent communication floor, which is a theme floor at College 10 that again exemplifies and gives students the opportunity to truly dig into nonviolent communication as a model or a practice for building social justice, communication again across difference, and trying to exemplify that College 10 theme of social justice and community. Rumi's Field is named after the Sufi poet Rumi, and it really, again, brings students together in thinking about and grappling with issues of nonviolent communication. This year, due to COVID, we will have students occupying all of the spaces here at College 10 in our residence hall spaces. And what we're asking students to do is to make sure that they're always wearing their mask when they're going in and out of the building, when they're in shared foyers or entrances, when they're in the shared hallways, the bathrooms, the laundry rooms, those study lounges that I mentioned, really to ensure the utmost safety as we possibly can. So we want to encourage students to always have their mask with them and always be wearing them in those shared spaces. So here we are now standing in the International Living Center Quad, which houses 2 of these buildings, make up the International Living Center, which are apartment-based living environments for our continuing students, together with 3 other buildings that are right adjacent to us that make up our apartments complex. In the apartments and in the International Living Center houses all of our continuing students, both that are affiliated with colleges 9 and 10, but also is home to, like I was saying, the International Living Center, or the ILC. The ILC, similar to in our College 9 residence halls where we have an I floor, it's a similar kind of community that really exemplifies primarily the theme of College 9 and of international and global perspectives, in that it houses about 50% international students or exchange students, as well as 50% U.S. students, in an opportunity to engage across cultures, across difference, and get to know each other across borders. So we love to be the home and the host of so many of our international students that are affiliated both with our colleges. And this environment that we're standing in is right at the northern boundary of our campus, and so our students get to benefit both from the indoor spaces and some of our lounge spaces, but also this beautiful space.
And just right up here, there's the entrance to some trails to the northern campus boundary, and students can go for hikes, they can go for mountain bike rides, and really enjoy this incredible natural environment that we have here at UC Santa Cruz, where the redwoods meet the ocean, and there is a really rich both natural and cultural history of this region. We're on the traditional territories of the Owaswas Nation, the Yupi tribe, now represented by the Amamutsan tribal band. So it's a really fantastic place, to be nurtured not only in mind, but also in body and spirit out here at Santa Cruz.
So again, we just want to close this video presentation by saying congratulations and welcome to UC Santa Cruz, and particularly welcome to College 9 and College 10. We're so thrilled to be welcoming you to this beautiful place.